What's going on, everybody? Blessed Eternal here, and we are out in the desert. I've been collecting a fair amount of sand. I think this is my 7th, 8th, heck, maybe even more than that trip. And this is not the first place that I've been digging up the sand, but this is where I've started to come out more regularly to do it instead of the other place. This is a little more accessible. As you can see, the compass down on my bar. Home is just over there. We're talking 600 blocks or so. If we went to the other desert, we're still over there further. So, yeah, I've been doing work, trying to get the sand. I have a little bit of a hidey hole up there, which, if I keep coming out here for sand, I'm going to bring a bed. And I found some horses over there as well. I've actually thought about possibly taming. That's the word I was looking for. Taming one of those horses and riding a horse the whole way. But there's a couple of forests in the way and all. It would probably just turn out to be more of a headache than ultimately what it would end up being worth. So, as with a lot of people, when they have to collect a lot of sand, I've learned from other people as well on how's the best way to do it. And if you ever get that glitch, just leave it there and hit the next block. You don't see, or at least I haven't seen anybody really talk about that before, so maybe it was something that you already knew, maybe it wasn't. Whether it's something you already knew or not, well, now you know. So, the good and the bad thing about this is I'm getting a lot of sandstone, and I don't really have a use for the sandstone. I might use it as the flooring in that new base. At least I'd actually have a use for it then, I suppose. Oop. And actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I guess I could use sandstone stairs and invert them, and that way I get that kind of texture as a floor instead of your normal. I might have to check to see on how that looks. But for now, we have a lot of sand to get. And I've done some research, guys, on that little crashing that's been happening. It's apparently related to NVIDIA drivers. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. But there isn't really a fix, per se, for it. What it seems to be happening is the NVIDIA drivers, whether it's the latest one or whatever, I'm going to try to roll back my driver and install an earlier driver, because I know NVIDIA recently updated and maybe that's what's causing it for me. But what it is when a chunk gets loaded, my NVIDIA drivers seems to want to keep it loaded. It's not loaded in the game, so, I can't have a good use for it in that sense and say, hey, my base is still loaded, everything's still growing. So, in that sense, it's not good, but my video drivers still thinks that I'm back there, and it knows I'm here, and everywhere in between. So that's where a lot of the issues are coming in. And As I said, there's no real fix for it. Apparently, this has been going on with NVIDIA and Minecraft since, well, at least a couple of years. And it's still not fixed. Anyway, this is a lot of grinding work. When my inventory is filled up with sand, and I suppose sandstone as the side effect to that, then I will be heading back over. How about I just meet you over there? Save a whole lot of headaches in between. Alright, well, I decided I wanted to show you the way if the recording actually, or rather if Minecraft actually wants to behave. Not that I'm really expecting it to, but I guess I'll just put this in now. If it happens to crash, I'll just meet you back at the base. I've been doing a lot of work over there. We are starting to get to the top section of the dome. So it's really got a lot of glass put into it right now. And in addition to that, the tunnel, the rail cart system that I've been planning on doing. I haven't really done much work on that. I've been hemming and hawing on an idea. And I think I'm going to go with a slightly different design than what I was originally doing. My original design was going to be one track down, one track back. And while that's really all that's needed, you know, this is a single... Are you honestly replying to me? Moving on. A little bit of a noob. I'm talking. A little bit of a noob tower that I put up just to help me find the direct path through, because I've often ended up way over there somewhere. But going back to the rail cart, I was originally doing the single rail. I'm actually thinking about doing a double rail now. That way I can have one dedicated track outbound, one dedicated track inbound. It'll be double the redstone in some aspects. It'll be double the hoppers, double this, double that. Obviously, double the tracks. I'm talking. Yeah, obviously double the tracks, and in that case, a fair amount of double the resources. But what's really going to be double the resources, seeing I haven't even broken ground, that bugs me every time I pass by it. And I don't have the inventory space to take it down. TNT. It's going to be a lot more digging, a lot more work. But in the end, it's going to look so much better. Like, I can't even say it's going to look, you know, double the quality. Can't say it. Because, in fact, I think it will actually look unmeasurably better than what it was if I was still going with the original idea of going with the... I'm slightly off course. Going with the single track instead. So if I go with the double track, you know, more room to do some decorating and all that. More room for designs and patterns and, you know, things to break up the monotony. Hey, so far so good. On one of my trips over, I put down a bunch of the spare sandstone that I had. This is all that I had on me. And on that specific trip, I had to make another boat. So I needed the inventory space in order to make the boat. And I can't stand simply throwing things out. Especially not to just let it sit there and despawn. If I'm going to throw something out, there has to be a lava pit. There has to be a trash compact. Okay. There has to be like a trash compactor concept or something like that going. You will never simply see me throw things on the ground for it to despawn unless I know I'm going to be in the area long enough for it to despawn. It's just not my thing. I don't enjoy doing it. Maybe it's the fact that I understand that extra items in a world just laying around can end up causing lag. Maybe that's it. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, I can go through here. Do not break my boat, or I'll kill each and every one of you. You have got to... And this is why I made multiple boats. Because stupid crap happened. I'll come around here and all of a sudden, they'll break my boat. Watch. Just watch. I really want to show you guys the way this looks as it's coming into view. I might actually slow down a little and hopefully let the chunks render. I gotta go out this way anyway. Yeah, we should start seeing it any time now, guys. Remember, this is not the finished product. This is... And there we go. This is simply me working on it. As I've been working on it, I think I've started it a little too high up, but the amount of glass I'd need to simply break and then replace, it's just not worth it until I get some Silk Touch enchants. But that's going to be the start of the dome. A little taller than I was expecting. Not by much, though. As we get closer, you'll see the ridge of glass, like right around here. And that's what I think I should have actually started from the bottom. So we're only talking about maybe 4 or 5 blocks higher than what I ultimately wanted it to be. Yeah, like right here you could see the ridge of this end of the circle. And I think if I had that down lower, it would look a little better, but it's just a little bit of details. And it almost took us the whole day. Holy crap. I did not think... Hi! I did not think it took that long to come over this way or back the other way. Oh, we have another villager as well. Let's see here. Let me drop you... Ooh. A little more than I was expecting. So now we have 3. This is coming along nicely. Except it's a little loud. So, this was our first one. The exceptionally intelligent individual. This was our second one. And this is our new one. I have unlocked a few things. I'm not quite sure if that's worth it. It might be. I've been still... let me get out of here. I can't even hear myself think with all you guys. So yeah, the diamond situation hasn't really gotten much better. I have still been doing strip mining. Haven't had much luck. So I don't really know on what's going on there. Might just be my luck with it. Might not. Who's to say exactly? Oh, come on, I just want the one. Let's give this one a little treat. I'm still using this... And there's the crash, guys. Be back in a few moments while I get this straightened away. And maybe we get some work done up top. Maybe we'll do something else. I haven't decided yet. See you guys in a few moments. Alright, welcome back, guys. Let's put the sand away. And the sandstone. This is all the random sandstone that I've picked up while doing the sand runs. This is the glass that I have left. And this is, well, mostly the sand that we picked up on that run. Just had some fresh glass, baking. Let's get that out, put some more stuff in. And yeah. So yeah, this is largely been decommissioned for the moment anyway. I planted a few of these. I don't really think that they're needed at the moment. Haven't done much more with that door. I do have the other side kind of stoned off a little. I guess I could show you that. Actually, maybe that's what we can do. We can fix this up so that it can actually work as a door. I changed that pillar over to gravel and stuck the torch underneath, or rather stuck the torch down and layered the gravel on top of it. That way, like I was doing with the sand, all I have to do is break that one gravel and I get all the gravel back. And the ladders, and it's just a quick takedown. And I would be building a lot of this on camera, guys, but when you're following a very specific guideline and only using one monitor, it doesn't really help that I'd be tabbing out every 5 minutes or so. Maybe every 10. Anyway, it's better if I do this off camera. I doubt very much you guys would want to see the tedious, boring looping of glass anyway. And I was looking at this the other day, and maybe it's all the announcements of a Fraggle Rock movie and stuff like that. But it got me thinking, am I actually building with glass? Or am I building with the... what did they call it? Boomer rods? I think that's what they called it. So, inside. Actually, that's something I can talk about with you guys. Inside here, I've actually been thinking about cutting this up into sections. So, you know, maybe we'd have a wheat farm over there, carrots over there, potatoes over here, something else over there. I don't know. This is all just an example, guys. It's not actually what I plan on doing. Who knows, maybe I'll put the pigs over there. Still gonna need somewhere to grow trees, at least if I make it as a self-sufficient dome. I've actually been thinking about doing... I guess the only thing I can consider calling it is like a satellite of sorts. Basically have the dome as the primary, and I would... Ooh. I need to see exactly how high... Oh, excuse me. Need to see exactly how high a slime block launcher can launch you. Because that way, maybe I could do it so that you'd simply walk on a little platform at the top of the glass and get launched up into the dome. Or dome. Launched from the dome, top of the dome, whatever you want to call it. The Thunderdome. No. Oh, I installed a clock here as well, so that when I'm AFKing, grinding gunpowder, I can just sit here like this, and then when it's showing that it's dark, I just go sleep. Been getting a fair amount of enchanted items. But, as I mentioned, guys, I've got a lot of this dug out, and I've got almost all of the andesite put down. I didn't show you that other spot. I've got almost all the andesite put down, and literally, as far as the eye can see, is currently dug. I haven't really done much other blasting, but that's because I'm thinking about putting this out. So, it would be this 5 wide. No. 3, 4... 9. That's what I'm thinking. Because this is going to be a wall. So you would come out here, and for example, the stairs will then... I'll just show you. So for example, that stair, imagine it here. So that would be the end of the rail system there. And then this would be a wall. This was originally going to be the wall, and that was going to be molding. This was basically just so that I could get a visual feel of how the tunnel would look. And the more I thought about it, it's like, okay, when I pull up here, I want to have that cart return. And the only easy way to do the cart return is to either have pressure plates, which won't work if I have the stairs here. I mean, I suppose I could put it all the way over here, but it's not an automatic system at that point. The other way is if I had a dedicated rail coming in. And the reason that that could work differently is I could have a detector rail detect the cart come in, and that would change a track to push the cart to... I had it all thought out. The detector rail would push the cart along the system to the cart return. That's what I've been trying to spit out. There would also be an activator rail. And in 1.8, activator rails tip the cart, knocking the player or the mob or whatever out of the cart. I'm gonna need some bricks. I think I have some up here. But the activator rail knocks a player out of the cart if a player goes over it. Yeah, let's just worry about that. Knocks a player out of the cart when they go over it. That way you don't need to worry too much about actually getting out of the cart. It would turn into an automatic system, quite literally. And the nice thing about the automatic system is then when a player gets knocked out of the cart can continue on, go straight into the cart return, and get loaded right back. I don't have enough bricks on me. Get loaded right back into the hopper next to it. The only thing I have not figured out is if I'm going to make an automatic system to send the imbalance of carts. Do I have crack bricks? No. They're back in the house. So, that's the only thing I haven't decided yet. I could do it through a hopper system where the hopper would simply kick a bunch of carts back. Yeah, that'll work. I guess with those torches out there, it won't be too dark. I was thinking it was going to be too dark and I needed to put a torch up there. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. But with the hopper system, hoppers can and tend to cause a lot of lag. On servers especially, but if you have hoppers, like the rail system that I'm looking at doing, we're talking about, I think I had it tallied out to be almost 800 blocks to the mainland. So, we're talking 800 hoppers plus in order to carry that cart back to the mainland's depot. That's going to be an awful lot of lag. And I mean an awful... Did I leave that dark over there? That's not good. Like I said before, I like leaving my redstone encased as an electrical room. That means lots of room to walk around in it, lots of room to do whatever maintenance on it if I need maintenance. Like down here, I can... Gosh, that's dark. Let's put one there, match one there, take you down. Yeah, that should... A lot of people do not do the lighting. I know that. And there's nothing wrong with not lighting it up. But if you don't light it up and you have to come back in at some point to fix something, you run the risk of having a creeper inside your redstone, ruining your day. So rather than having that happen, I just make sure it's all lit up. I could certainly make it much more compact. And on some builds I do that, but generally I don't like compact redstone. It's not because I can't do it. I just prefer the actual function of the redstone. And, hey, don't get me wrong. There are some redstone devices get you. Oh. Where are you going? I want your armor. Oh, bugger. Now, where did you go? Oh, you burned. Oh. Ah! Oh, that's... Good, the Enderman went away. Get my arrow. You didn't even... Ah, what a waste. Ow! Yes, I see ya. And that's going to do it for today, guys. Sorry for the derping around a little bit, but by now I'm pretty sure you're used to my derping around. And I suppose in the next episode, maybe we'll finally get the dome finished. And maybe the door fixed. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to do next episode? I don't even know. So, until next time, guys, as always, have a good one.